Okay, well, I just want to say that I'm really nervous. I'm nervous to give a talk. Why? Because I'm being filmed and everybody heard it was supposed to be so good, but it's really just average. It's the same as everyone else.
Well, honestly, it's not. We're filming, but
okay, I'm just saying.
It's really not that big of a deal.
Okay, I'm saying it's not like some unbelievable presentation. Okay. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Penn State. My name is Carlye Lauff, and I'm a junior in mechanical engineering. And I'm here today to tell you how I believe that Penn State education creates world-class leaders, not just an engineer. You're going to walk out of these doors being able to take on any challenges that you see in the world. Now, this is all going to start whenever you first come to Penn State. And you're going to look at this map, and it's going to be so daunting to you. You're going to think, how are you going to ever become a world-class engineer if you don't even know where your class is on this building? Well, I'm here to tell you that this becomes so small so quickly. Before you know it, you have a big university, all the resources of a big university, but yet you have a small campus feel. And I think it is the best mixture you can have in any school that I've ever seen. Now, originally, this became a small campus for me through housing. Now, some of the different housing options on campus are spread out various places on campus, but there are special living options. One of them is E-House, known as Engineering House. Another one is Spice. First year in science and engineering over in East Halls. And then there's also Easy House, which is engineering and applied science interest house in Pollock. So if you're interested in one of these, I would really recommend looking into one of these different housing options in the different housing around campus. Because when you're a freshman, you're going to have a Math 140 homework assignment. It's going to be 11 p.m. the night before it's due, and you're not going to know the answer. Well, you're going to actually be able to walk next door to your next door neighbor who's taking the same class as you and be like, hey, I'm really stuck on this problem. And you're going to be able to get that answer and help you out to get that homework done, which is an awesome opportunity. Now, another way that this campus becomes so small so quickly is through the orientation programs. We have many of them throughout engineering. One of them is WEPO, Women in Engineering Program, which I'm really involved in. Another one is MEPO, Multicultural Engineering. And there's a new one called EON, which is the Engineering Orientation Network, which is available to all engineering students. Now, all these programs are between 1 and 3 days, and they match you up with a mentor and a few other incoming engineering students. And I believe that this is such an incredible opportunity that the engineering department has here at Penn State, because your mentor is going to teach you skills that I'm not going to tell you in this presentation, the brochures are not going to tell you, that you're not going to hear from your classes or from your emails. They're going to tell you which classes to take, what professors are best, where the secret study places are, where the best food to eat is. All of those and all the secret free stuff you can do at Penn State, like going to see a movie in the Hub that just was released a few weeks ago. It's really great having that network. And in my first year here, I felt like that was like my small family. It's your family away from home, and it makes your niche here at Penn State so small so quickly. Now, you're going to be going to class on Monday, feeling really great about everything, your new life here at Penn State, and you're going to walk in and you're thinking you're walking into something like this. And you're like, whoa, how am I going to do this at Penn State? The map is so big, the classroom's so big. Well, I'm here to tell you that I have only had one class in my entire 3 years here at Penn State that has ever been this large, and actually, it was one of my favorite classes. It was an econ class. And the professor, Dirk Mateer, was so engaging, I felt like I was in a class with 15 people. It was unbelievable. But, this is not what your classes are going to be like at Penn State. You might have 1 or 2, but most of them are going to be like this. This is what a lot of my engineering classes look like. 50 students max, a little bit less than that. But what's even cooler is I actually have classes in these rooms, computer labs are on campus, for design projects, for just meetings where our classes have moved to a computer lab. And there's so many computer labs here on campus that I didn't even know. You actually wouldn't even need to purchase a personal computer if you wanted to. There's so many 24-hour labs available. And in the engineering computer labs, they actually have every single program you might need for engineering. I can do all of the SolidWorks that I need to on there, and I never have to purchase that because Penn State has purchased it for you students when you come here, which is so cool. Now, even in your freshman year, you're going to be doing work in computer labs like this. You're going to take a course for engineering design for freshman engineers, eDesign 100. And this is really where you're going to get your feet wet in becoming a world-class engineer. My freshman year, I actually had a project sponsored by Shell. And I'm sure many of you have heard of Shell. It's a very large corporation. Well, they actually funded this project for the freshman engineers to design a system to help solve the air pollution problem within Africa. So my team of 4 members actually had to go through the entire design process that an engineer in the working world would have to go through to solve this process. We actually created this drawing that you see right there on SolidWorks, and we did the research and talked to people over in Ethiopia, as you can see in the picture from the map there. This is where I really felt like I was already getting a world-class education, because my design was something that Shell was looking at to implement a solution in the world, and it felt really cool to do that as a freshman engineer. Now, not only can you do world projects in that class, but throughout your years here at Penn State, there's also great opportunities like minors. There's a dozen minors within engineering. Like I am in the Engineering Leadership and Development minor. But you can also minor in anything. If you're interested in anthropology, you can minor in that. If you have a passion for art, you can minor in that. You can minor in anything that you want to and still get a major within engineering, which is an awesome way to make yourself well-rounded and diversified. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about my minor, Engineering Leadership Development, because it has really helped me shape to be a leader. I actually did a project last semester where I created a Moroccan solar water wall, which is going to be implemented next spring when I go over there to actually build it over there. And then this coming May, I'm actually traveling to Budapest, Hungary, because I am doing a joint venture with the Corvinus students in Budapest right now to make a business venture for Eastern Africa to build machining shops over there. And we're working with clients over in Africa right now. We have teleconferences twice a week. It is such an unbelievable opportunity as a junior in college to be working with clients in the real world, to be working with students in other countries, because this is what the world is coming to. We're going to do doing global business. And being able to have that global business as an undergraduate student is something that you're not going to have that same education a lot of other places out there. Now, you don't get all of this just from your coursework, but you also get it from extracurricular activities, which I think is amazing at Penn State. Through volunteering and professional work, you can travel and you can expand your network. Engineering ambassadors travel to Norway to teach students how to give technical presentations. The Society of Women Engineers holds conferences across the country once a year where people from around the world come together to share their experiences and best practices. I've actually traveled to San Francisco, Orlando, and Chicago for 3 conferences already, which is unbelievable. And every different organization in the major has it as well. As me, 2 of my friends just traveled to New Orleans for a conference down there. And every different major has a conference like this where you can come together and grow your network of engineers across the world. Now, not only are there professional ways that you can expand your horizons, but you can also do this through service. You can travel with Engineers Without Borders over to Sierra Leone and help develop a latrine system over there. You can go and travel on the East Coast of the United States and develop houses through Habitat for Humanity. There's dozens of these around that you can become involved in to kind of grow your network. But not only are there professional and service, there's also fun activities, clubs, sports, things like that. I'm actually on the executive board for the triathlon club. I've traveled to 5 different states and done races. I went to Alabama last year for nationals, which was so cool. And every club sport has nationals and fun events like this. So you know, when you leave high school and your athletics there, it doesn't end there. You can join it here at Penn State. You can also make your own club. I have friends who are in Penn State Club Croquet, which just started a few years ago. So if there's something that you want to start, you can start it. I have friends who are in Penn State Ram Squad. Ram Squad does the coolest dances and everybody loves it. It's one of the most famous clubs here on campus. Penn State Quidditch Club. I know you guys are all about the same age as me, which means you were definitely around for the Harry Potter boom. And who doesn't want to be part of the Quidditch Club? Because they held the Tri-Wizard Tournament here on Old Man Lawn, which was awesome. So there is 900 plus of these organizations here. So if you should just try and step out of your comfort zone, join something you've never done before, because it is going to make you part of that well-rounded student that's going to make you a world-class leader. Now, one of the greatest things I think we have here at Penn State is the world's largest student-run philanthropy in the entire world. We have over 15,000 student volunteers that come together to put on an event at the Bryce Jordan Center in February for 46 hours. Now, what we do there is we raise money for pediatric cancer, and this year we raised over $10.6 million. Literally every single time I look at this photo, I still get the chills. I have them right now while I'm looking at it. And it is such an unbelievable organization because you're doing such a good cause, but you also gain such great leadership skills. This past year I was able to actually be a captain. There's 300 captains within Thon, and you really get to learn about the intricacies of how a large body works, you know, like a big company. I really felt like I was working in a big company for a great cause. So that's a great way to get involved here on campus as well. Now, this is in the Bryce Jordan Center. Well, the Bryce Jordan Center takes on a lot of different phases throughout the year. And one of the other coolest ones in the fall, whenever Thon's not going on, is the career fair. Now, it's the same building with probably the same amount of people, just spread out a little differently. You can see that here's just even a handful of companies listed up here. I have friends who have either interned, co-opted, worked, interviewed with these companies, and a dozen other. And those are just my friends here at Penn State, because these companies are coming to Penn State because they want you. They want the world-class leaders because they know what kind of amazing education that we're getting here. And if me telling you this doesn't convince you, here's this little article from the Wall Street Journal, if any of you have heard of it. We're ranking Penn State as #1 by recruiters. They want us more than they want anyone else because we are well-rounded, we are competent, we are critical thinkers, and that is what they are looking for when they are looking for people to work for them. Engineers are being recruited into fields that people might not even understand. I have friends who are going into financial banking who are engineers. You know, every different company wants engineers because they want our minds, and they want Penn State students because we understand how the world works. Now, from those career fairs is how I obtained some experience that's getting me ready for going out into the real world after I graduate. After my freshman year, I interned with GE Transportation in Erie, Pennsylvania. After my sophomore year, I interned with Boeing in Seattle, Washington. And this summer, I'm interning with Ball Aerospace in Boulder, Colorado. So as you can see, you can really gain experiences while you're here. And if you don't have the opportunity to intern, or if you didn't obtain one after your freshman year, don't worry. There is so much more Penn State has. You can do research on campus. You can do research at a different university. You can study abroad. You can take more classes here. They're trying to expand your horizons no matter which path you go down. So your path doesn't have to look exactly like mine, but no matter which way you go down, you're gonna have Penn State behind you 100%, trying to make you a world-class leader in whatever way that you can. Now, when you're leaving Penn State, you're gonna be really sad. I know you're really scared right now, but what's gonna happen when you go out in the world is you're gonna be, I don't wanna leave Happy Valley, which is what we call it here because it is the happiest valley and you'll learn to love it. But whenever you go, no matter where it is in the world, I promise you, you will run into a Penn State engineer or a Penn State student, a Penn State alumni, anyone, because there is over 550 million, or 550,000, sorry, alumni in the world. And here's just a map of the United States and a little breakdown of the different states they're in. So I guarantee no matter what city you're in, you're gonna find a friend there who's gonna be able to relate to you in ways that no one else is, except if you went to Penn State. But here's a look at the world. Look at all of the different alumni that are in different countries. If this doesn't show you, I don't know what else will, because this shows how Penn State alumni are going around the entire world and making a difference no matter where they are. So this can be you. Penn State's giving you the tools to become a world-class leader. And the world is in your hands when you come in Penn State. You don't have to go down the same path as I do, but I want to let you know that Penn State's here to help you form your own path, to make you become a world-class leader, because that's what we're all about here at Penn State. So thank you very much, and if you have any questions, my name again is Carlye Lauff. I'm a junior mechanical engineer. My email address is here, and I would like you to visit our website if you can at engr.psu.edu/connect to learn more. Thank you.